Farha, cek. Cek. Maksudnya. Cek, cek. Tes. Masuk. Orang tes. Cek tes 1 2 tuh. Tes 1 2 3. Tes 1 2 3. Tes 1 2 3. Hah? Tes. Tes. Ya. Sawan kobe. Cek, cek. Can we start now? Sawan kobe. Ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Excellency of the speaker today, Farha Sattar and Dr. Muhammad Nawas, and all of the participants that in meeting today to discuss or to continue about the lecture short course in drone for education. And in the session, I will get to this meeting today, and in this meeting we have Dr. Sattar that we can discuss about drones for education, maybe until this meeting today, and until 3 p.m. maybe for just that one can discuss about the drone for 3:15. Okay. Without further ado, maybe please welcome Dr. Farha Sattar. 3 p.m. Maybe for just that one can discuss.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Selamat siang, everyone. So can I get the laptop with me so I can move my screen by myself? Thank you very much. Thank you. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Selamat siang, everyone. Okay, so as you can see, the topic for my talk is drones for education. So this is something that which I have started in 2016 when I did my training to get my certificate for drone pilot. I have learned about this technology, and then I have started to use that for that's back in 2016. And when I started training, I had really very strange comments from people. What you are going to do with drones education? So all that, that the negativity was attached with it. So far, by the time what we heard about in media, that was in a from military perspective, because drones used to just to an area, just to drop and that the negativity was involved. So that was also a challenge for me when I have started my research project. Also, how to overcome that negativity, and what I am doing, how to bring that particularly to the educators and to the students community. Look, it is just a technology. True, with any type of technology, it is there, but up to us that how we use it, how we are using in a way it enhance our learning, or whether technology in a disruptive for us, leading us towards other negativity. So what I want to share it with you, yes, is there, and some relevant aspects within the drones are there, some safety components within want to use that technology, they are there, but it is all up which purpose you want to use it. So this is the main, the focus of my talk. And when I say, okay, drones for education, so it means that we can use that in different ways for to enhance the students. We can use that see, okay, maybe the several ways of that. But before I start that, I will say that we have to understand first the term drones, but the other terms which are associated with that, they are also called UAVs or drones. UAVs, they are stands for unmanned aerial vehicles, because they and you are can control that remotely. So another name for that, which is called piloted vehicle, and another name UAS, unmanned aircraft systems. And but for the normal use, what we say for these drones, just the drone, because this is everyone familiar with this term. For rest of my presentation, make use of this is easily understandable for everyone. And from here you can see that this looks different, this looks different, because they are the products of different companies. So that I'm going to share with you. Yes, they comes in different types, in different range. And from here you can know that what are the different type, but size. We look at the use of drones in education. So this is that what is happening nowadays, particularly in STEM education. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, math. That here, most of the countries, they are focusing on that, particularly at the foundation year levels. In Australia, in USA, even in so government is really taking too many initiatives how we can enhance students learning in that area. And when I say STEM education, me, this is not only the one contributing area. You see, there are four: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And let it to be a true STEM context, I will say, when all of those four disciplines they contributed to a particular context, then we will say, okay, this is an integrated STEM. Or another definition from the STEM perspective, which says if you have one or more than one contributing area, that might be science or technology, maybe technology or mathematics, maybe technology, engineering, and mathematics, one or more contributing areas, then we will say, okay, this is STEM. So this is just the definition of the STEM. And I think if I just take the same concept, this is also true for other disciplines as well, because technology is there and all disciplines make use of technology. Mathematics is there, and in geography you also make use of mathematics, because Dr. Nawaz was talking about in relation to in the calculation of all the coordinates, how you can directly the the reference systems, and in geography you also make use of just make our maps. We use different project system. What they are, all are mathematical models, and when you are making use of the reference systems, technology is there. So for me, this is also something which is also including, particularly in geography, the same the concept which we use, that okay, the students learning all those particular. Okay, let's we move further with that. So in relation to that, within the STEM, as an educators, as that the student, we should also look at that what is happening with the research. Okay, let's we move further. Advancements are going on, and we see that within have 21st century education features, and what they are, they should also look at that what is happening future job market requirements. These skills are really in demand, and as lecturers, as educators, we should also think at how we are going to equip our students with all those relevant skills. Just degree in a particular discipline will not make you eligible to get the jobs until and unless you have that relevant skills. And what are those skills which we say that the 21st century education skills? They are creativity, communication, collaboration, skill, and critical. So is thing that when you look at a particular phenomenon from different perspective, you see at a particular geographic phenomena, you add to that and develop knowledge based on the existing information. You derive new out of that. This is creativity, and that you can do that in geography as well. When you are working with any kind of spatial phenomena, that might be sedimentation, that might be with the flooding, with the disaster management, anything. The thing is about the critical thinking. So, what is critical thinking? That when you analyze data and you information out of that, you have logics behind that, reason out of it, and then you come up with something based on that. Okay, my these are my reasoning, these are my results. When you work with different geographical projects, you also do that. This is the same thing. You collect data, you analyze, you have your logic, have reasoning, and then you have something, the outcome of all this. So critical thinking is really important in all the disciplines. Then skills. Skills technology. So that might be using the statistical analysis, be using technology. And here I am talking about particularly with reference to the drone technology, because this is something which is really, a good tool for the geographer, which might be using many things. Then collaboration, because when educators use the technology, in a way that it helps their students to do collaborative activities because students works in different groups and they explore for the so the collaboration is a skill that is then that is requirement into the 21st century job market. Communication very important until you can't express that what you think, how you have collaboration is a skill that are going to to be a successful person in your professional career. So these are the really important skill that we should really focus on, not as an educator, but also if you are a student, this is your responsibility how you yourself that you are very competent according to the criteria and the requirement of the first century job market skill requirements. You should really focus on, not as an educator, but some facts and figures which I would like to share with you. How you look at the job market landscape and looking at the technological advancement and the requirement of first century job market intelligence is embedding the task that has been changed, the routine jobs has been changed now, they have been automated. Just give you an example, while coming from Australia to here, it was I was doing my checking, so the person not there on the desk which has been changed, the routine just went there. I have my passport, I have my documents, I scan them, got my boarding pass. I went to the onto the belt, drop my baggage there, collect my baggage receipt, and went for the book. The routine just went there. I'm not Dr. Nawaz. Who have my documents, and then got my board. Okay, so that was just a joke. He actually went to the onto the belt. Just one example to share with you that yes, the technical advancement and their globalization. Look, I'm not with the connectivity, with the internet, we all are global citizens now. We are part of the global village. Globalization has also opened the new doors for us in terms of we just with the persons with the different culture, with the different citizens now. We are part of the village, necessary communication and technological skills. Also, the industries and with the entrepreneurship, where we acting with different industry, with different the manpower. So we should look at that the first century job market and at the dynamic job market landscape see that there are some statistics which are actually telling us, if you just look at one, the global commercial drone market size, and this is the forecast based upon the previous year's trends and data, which says that the commercial drone market that will expand by 2030 with and that will reach up till 57.16 billion US dollar. So this is something that indicate something that which actually direct us to think about. Okay, yes, a range of technologies they are there. Why we should really focus on this one, the drone? Because there are too many applications of drone technologies there. They are being used for different purposes, and I am really going to share with you. Yes, a range of technologies they are there. Why we should really focus on this one applications, but also we should have some reason behind that. Why we should focus on that particular technology, and then if we just look at that, so it means what are the necessary skills which are associated with that? That might be the autonomous flight. You should know that how to do that. You can collect data. You can perform the data analysis. So all those related skills, tools, and knowledge, they are really relevant with that. So I will discuss that in slides. Now, we look the drones in learning from the educator's point of view. So the first thing is that if we are making drones, they are really relevant with that. So I will just help to develop their deep understanding. And we see that the deep understanding of the cognitive science, it says, okay, when students have some understanding about a particular concept in their mind, which they can just memorize, which they can keep it there, and then they are able to use that for some other context. So then we say, okay, they have really deep. So as this important part, because first priority, our first thing is that we want students to learn. Not only learning, they understand concept. They are also able to use that for every day, even when they finish their degree. The concepts are there, and they are going to use that in their professional life and anywhere else. Drones are also helpful for the motivation and engagement. Why? Because which they can use of, so it involve a kind of hands-on experience activity. And when you do something practically, then you remember it a long time, and that's a proven fact. Then it also helps to develop technological knowledge skills, and that's just describe that. Maybe you can also to learn about what are the associated softwares. If you have to fly drone, what are the technical requirements? So automatically you are learning those skills and knowledge. Critical thinking, I have explained that, but what does it mean? Because when you are planning to fly your drone, so you have to be critical think that how you are going to fly your drone in a way that if you want to capture a data, so getting, you are not missing a single part. So you really have to be, you really have to make your decision in a wise way. Now, if we look at that, okay, we see that the drones are of different types. They are in different size. But these things you should really learn in terms of if you want to make use of drone. So you should know about what the working and lift mechanism. So it means that when you will fly a drone, you should understand. And look, they are in different type and sizes. So we can see we have fixed wing drones. So fixed wing drones, they are based upon the model of a small aeroplane. Like they have fixed wing, they can't be moved. And if you see that how they can, the lift mechanism which they have, they are based upon the speed forward, how the aeroplane takes off on the runway. It just move further, takes that, and then it the lift mechanism and it takes. We if we also look at the other type, which is the multi-rotor systems, they are based upon their work on a model like we see in a helicopter. Helicopters, they have the different propellers or the fan, which we say, which helps it just to lift it up. And the drones are also, which are based upon the multi-rotor type, they have the different propeller. So if they have three propellers, we will say it's the tricopter. If they have four propellers, we'll say it quadcopter. If they have that the eight, we say it octocopter. Based on the number of the propellers, so is their name and the model. And we also have the hybrid as one, who have fixed and as well as that the rotor system. So there are certain drones, but normally what we see in the market, they are multi-rotor drones, and usually make use of the quadcopters or maybe hexacopter. They are a little bit bigger one. They are being used for the commercial purposes nowadays. Look at the other part, other aspect, that is the size drones. So if you just look at at the different manufacturing and types, they are even the small one, like that much of size of certain inches, 3 inches, 2.5 inches drone, that much small, and even the bigger one, like they are size of an aeroplane. And so the for the large drones, the lower limit of their weight, that is 100 kg. and that is for the fixed wing drones. We also have, the small drones. Small drones are, their weight limit is up till 20 kg. So the 0 till 20 drones are, we will count them, we will call them small drones. And even we have that, within small drones, further we can categorize as nano drone and micro drones. I will explain that in next slide. And then coming towards energy sources, they make use of different energy type. Some make use of fuel, some may make use of battery cells, fuel cells, and some make use of solar cells. So these are again, depends upon their type and how they have been manufactured. Range defines that how we can control of fuel. Some may make use of battery cells, how much they can fly. So for the very close range, the operating time, their flying time is from 15 till 20 minutes, and we can control that up till 5 range. With the close range drone, their flying time is from 1 till 6 hours, and we can control that up till 50 kilometers. Short range drones, we can control that up till 150 kilometer, and their operating time is almost 12 hours. For mid range drones, they are 600 and up to 6 kilometers. We can control that, and then their flying time, that might be from 12 till 36 hours. And for the entrance drones, they are really a very different category, and that is being used for the military purposes. They are not for the public use. So these are, the things, because when you select your drone, you should really consider that. Now, these are the different drone models. So nano drones, these are, the subcategories of the small drones, which I have just shared with you in my previous slide. So small drones, they can be categorized nano drones. So nano drones, just as nano drones can be fit of my hand. So that is idea about the nano drones, and these are, the different models like Cheerson CX10, CRC, Sima X12 drone, and these drones, the small multi drones, they are of the your hand. So this is the difference in between nano drones and small or maybe the mini drones. There are a few other models. Parrot drones, this is also quadcopter because they have four propellers. By the way, these things are called propellers. And when you make use of the drones, these two work in same direction, clockwise, and these two propellers, they work into anti-clockwise, and then they actually make that energy, or they make that, the lift, which by which your drone will take off, and then you can fly. It has camera down there, you can control that, you can make use of it, you can set, and then make it sure that if you want to make videos, you want to capture images, so that is into the right direction. So by the way, this is called gimbal. And then you can set that through the software. You can control that, you can make use, so you can control that through a remote control. And also this, kind of drones, they also have some software which we call firmware. So the manufacturing companies also embed software within drones, and then those softwares, they are attached with the companies, or as well as they are connected with the companies, as well as they are connected with the remote control. So that actually make the connection, that controlling the drone through software within drones, and then that is also taking, that the current values through their, as well as they are connected with the remote control. So that actually make the connection, that is the mechanism how it works. And with the DJI Phantom drone, it also some security features. So the vision positioning system, position through their feature, because if you are flying your drone in this direction and if you have that feature which is called the vision positioning system, so the is an obstacle maybe in front of that, so the drone will sense that and it will stop there, it will hover there in the air, but it will not move further. So it means yes, with the advancement of technology and with the drone technology, there are safety features by which you can fly those drones really in a safe manner. Then front obstacle sensor, this is also in relation to that. Then the app which you can make use of that, this is called DJI Go 4 app. This is for four model. So from the link, you can go through there, you can look at that, so which is available and how you on that. So from that diagram, you can see particularly here, this is the Phantom 4. This is its remote controller, and if you just look at this one, here you can put your mobile phone. You can download the app there. You have mobile phone there, and when you are drone, you can also look at that in which direction your drone is moving. Important thing to remember here, when you fly your drone, so it should be within your line line of screen, within your visual line of screen, that you can see your drones, that where it is flying. You should it beyond your visual line of sight. You will where your drone is going, and it might disappear. You may lost your drone. So make it sure that if you are flying that for the hobbyist point of view, then you are flying really in a safe way. So these are the some technical things which are associated with the Phantom 4. Have different flight mode, different the speed. This is just to share that like set positioning system. They make really, these are the different specification for that vertically, then horizontally with the vision positioning system. So these all are the technical requirement. And when you download the software, you can learn easily. There's different tutorials available. There are different guidelines are available. Even if you are new, but user friendly technology, you can learn with the vision positioning system. So these all are the technical requirements. Some models in relation to the fixed wing drones, and then I have actually one during my training. This one user friendly technology. A big fixed wing, but the mechanism for to start it, I have actually take off for this one. He was running and then he was just throwing the drone. There are certain model from the different company which gives you some ideas about the fixed wing drones. So this drone that we have at Charlestown University, in photo one, but it is not. So it's distance from two wings from this up till here. This is around 2 meters. Distance from nose till tail. This is around 1.5 meters. So quite big. And other important thing, which is if you just look at here, so this is a sort of the storage box, or we say in technical terms payload system. Payload system of a drone, its capacity, weight it can carry, how much weight it can hold. And this drone has capacity to carry 5 kg, and we are using this one to transport medicines in remote communities in Australia. So which are really far, and so quite one transfer through Charlestown University and using this drone certain medicines there. So this is just sharing you one example. This is again one application area, and that is in relation to the which are really far and so quite one transfer. So with the DJI drones, you can see if you go through their website, you can see different models: Phantom, Spark, Mavic, and matrices. One example. This is again one application area at university I use to run workshops for students at schools, at high schools, at universities, and that helps them to learn how to operate drones and how to use the different applications. So students can make use of the mechanism and then relevant techniques and knowledge to fly drones, as well as they can also learn about how to program your drone. And they are through programming languages, Scratch, Junior, and then there are certain free programming languages. In one possibility that you fly drones, as well as they can also learn about how to program your drones. And they are through. This is really important from education point of view. That okay, we have different type of drones. We know their characteristics. So if you are a lecturer, if you are a teacher, if you are a student, so you can also at that education point for your requirements. What you want to get, the which or the application or the project or the research area which you are working. So which drone will be really, compatible according to your requirement. So here I'm just sharing it that and student for education and maybe third column, look at that I have just determined their suitability for the different schools. Maybe the small category which include nano and mini drones, they are suitable to be used for the primary school students and as well as for the middle and high school students. And but particularly, for the high school students and for the grad students at university, maybe we need to use little bit, the bigger, the model, which have more functions and students can perform, the image or maybe making but particularly, for the better quality. But it's just to give you an idea about that the different types of suitability at the different year levels. So this that I know workshops at the different levels. So this is the workshop which and this year under National Science Week program in Australia for the middle school students, and students have about different year levels. So this how they can drone. And believe me, they are middle school students, year 7 student, and they have just did perfectly. And students have it one way. Students have worked in a group, so there are a lot of exchange of ideas, collaboration. So the to you in relation to the 21st century requirement. I could see, yes, it is there. Students are learning about skills. There are a lot of exchange of knowledge about communication skills, about collaborative activities, about collaboration. In relation to that, as an educator, you can also think about the making use in your decision to actually help knowledge about communication skills, about collaborative how students can make use of skills, assigning different tasks by using drones, so they can also think to actually can be part of it different ways. They have to think about different options, different can make use really skill. So yes, this is really a useful tool that which you can use to develop creativity. So students can make use of drones, photographs, as well as to make video. And that normally we do that because if you can use understand the use of drones to perform reconnaissance surveys. They have to do actual surveys there. They do that because if are really efficient tools by which use, okay, they just try to perform reconnaissance surveys. They have to do themselves back with them, and then whenever they put those videos, see it from the different angles, from the different use, okay, information out of that. So really, really helpful tool for the students who are different research projects. And yes, and here students were they were drones. You can see the multiple drones are flying. Look at them. There were a few more. One was somewhere here, and another was here. There were five drones. They were just flying together. So that is collaboration and teamwork. How they can fly in a rhythmic. You can see the multiple the technical association skills which the students learn, and look at their faces. How happy they are. There was a lot of fun into doing that, but also flying together. Yeah. So it was not just passive learning method there. It's really very active learning, which in those workshops learn and look at. So this is another example with this year's workshop. Again, that this was with year seven student. So I have introduced a bushfire scenario image. This this is your study area, and you can see student workshop. Again, that this was with our student. So I have introduced a bushfire iPad. Um, Programming software was installed into there. So students have just they planned their flight paths. Okay, if this is their study area, how they are going to cover that. So it should be in a way that maybe the drone is have just in this way, turning from here, again making another strip, again making turn here. So it was based upon the camera view. We say IFOV, how much camera cover from the ground. And then you have to determine that. So how will be covered. So it means the total area should be divided based upon how much your camera can cover within one strip. So this, the students have to apply math, and then you have to determine that based upon the qualities. So it means they have to determine their flight divided based upon how much your camera can cover within one. See, a lot of the students have to apply. So they were maths was there, technology based on critical thinking. So it means they have learning program. So they did that task really in a wonderful way, assigned time, and uh, and really they have produced wonderful results out. So just very the example how students are learning this technology. Now looking at that with the phones, and here I really assigned time fly drones. You should really fly that in a safe. So just look at the and regulation of flying drone in your country. And Civil Aviation and Safety Authority, we say ICSA. So all the drone pilots who want to operate drones, they should get their registration and their pilot number from CASA. Like I am registered with CASA in Australia, then you should also be careful about what are the different fly in safe zones. Some are restricted zone, some are danger zone. So these are the prohibited one. Like I am registered website, there then you should also be in your iPad what are the different fly in whether you are in a restricted area or whether you are in a prohibited area. So you are not allowed in those areas. If you want, then you take action, your aviation authority. Then look at that your weather conditions should be perfect. You are in a restricted area or whether you are in a prohibited area. So you are not allowed in those areas. If you want, your drone can be lost or any accident can happen. Look at that your make it sure your firmwares are updated as well as your apps in relation to drone, they're also updated. So these are the rules in Australia under CASA. So we can't fly a drone more than 120-meter vertical height because the space vertical space above 121-meter that is being used for the so these are the rules. And same thing when we are flying drones, it should be 30-meter away from the crowded area or from the population. As well as we should not fly drone where there is some emergency operation is happening. And if you are flying drone, make it sure you're just flying one drone at a time. You should keep your drone away 5.5 kilometer away from a control aerodrome or an airport. So if an airport is nearby, so you can't fly your drone within 5.5-kilometer buffer that area from the airport. You should keep your drone the away of drone flying in Indonesia. So that I have just from the website of Ministry of Transportation, Republic of Indonesia, Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA. So, according to them, they say that the maximum flight altitude on which you can fly a drone 150 meters. So this is that what I got. Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA. Also same as Australia, this is 120-meter, but I will just leave it to you with the website and with your aviation authority. I just got that what is right. Maybe the website has not been updated. Okay, so flight must be conducted but just leave it to you with the website and with your aviation authority. So and if you are flying drone just as a hobby, not for the commercial purpose, you don't need to get your registration with your aviation authority. And as well as you should be aware about that you are not flying your drone in an uncontrolled airspace. So these things you should really consider about that. Make a safe distance from the the keep respect the people's privacy, as well as drones with camera must maintain a minimum distance of 500-meter from the prohibited or restricted areas. So the others, the rules and restrictions are there. And at the bottom of you can also see that these are drone-laws.com/drone-laws-in-Indonesia. So this is the website that you should go there. Just go through that, look at that. What are the rules and regulations for you if you want to fly drones there? Now we look at the use of drone in drone-laws.com/drone Indonesia. So this is the website that you should go there. As I have just shared you the model of rules and regulations for camera, and it has lens. Now we look at the use of in drone lens. If you want to get some specific images out of that, for example, if you are working in where you are looking at the camera and it has lens, NDVI lenses are available. By the way, NDVI is normalize different vegetation in the students who are working with the remote sense understand about. So if you have just replace the those lenses to normal camera lens, so you are able to get the images by which you can set the NDVI normalized difference vegetation index, and that you can use if you are working with the application which just replace crop maintenance and maybe the vegetation health. If you are working with the earth science, landscape, landforms and landscape, So you can also make use of lens camera that you need to understand, study phenomena in a detailed way. So yes, you can do that. Maybe if you are working with the landforms and or maybe you are working with the erosion or with some other phenomena. So you can just collect your image, make your videos. Maybe if you are working with, I have also did, or maybe you are working with the systems. So what were the payload system? I have told you phenomena. So you can payload system, collect your image, make your videos. It can carry the drone. I have also that the model of the drone that which I have told you that it can carry 5 kg, that the weight that, and we are using that to transport the medicines into remote communities. But the capacity of the drone of carrying a certain range of weight. So you can make use of those payload systems and you can attach other gadgets with that. So here is one example. Temperature, you can measure air pressures, maybe certain other things. So you can humidity in certain areas, but if you have added and embedded other gadgets with that, so you can collect data, many different other perspectives. Really, a range of is there that not only just to collecting added and embedded other gadgets with that. So you can data collect data, many different other perspectives. Really, a range of drones. The example which I have just shared with that where the just to collect use of scratch language. How do they look like? They are not the big one, maybe of that much of size. They are mini drones. So you can see they are some safeguards here with the propellers. These are the mission pads which they use, and they can be connected with mobiles as well as with the iPads. Really easy to handle, easy to operate, and their camera quality is also good. And even students have made their own selfies drones while they were working on those projects. And this particular model, they are called Tello Edu drones. So these are the website. And even if you go through the DJI.com, through this website, you can also see about those drones, relevant tutorials, and a lot of information is there. Okay, so we can use uh, that we the drones are being used for the delivery purposes, for mail packages, for grocery food, and we that using that even for pizza delivery. And there was really one. Okay, so we can use that we COVID days when everything up. So drones were being used to deliver homework to the in remote communities. So the at the at the north we have different in the remote communities which are really far away, and due to the lockdown, really not drones were being used. So it was on ABC news. So the drones carried that the homework for the students, they they were just at the place of the students were informed about, okay, your home will be delivered to you through drones. So they were in their backyard, so drone hovered there, they just drop the homework down, and then was just but of course it gives you a lot more ideas about that. In drones used in media for filmmaking, for photography, for they just drop the homework down, and then you can do with this technology. Use care side through this that drones used in media for filmmaking, for make use in public health sector, that was in Madagascar in Africa, that where the drone actually took different destination. And so in the mountainous area, which was really hard to reach, so that was the first experiment with the just to transport just to to deliver those the vaccination into hard to reach areas in Madagascar. And they are also being used for the delivery in emergency cases or for the medical supply as well. Okay, so the use of just to transport just to to deliver those the vaccination for
into hard
example, if there is some flood, there
in
is an
Madagascar.
earthquake,
And
there
they are also
a
for
bushfire.
blood
So
delivery in
there,
emergency
and
cases
you want to
or
make
for
a
the
quick
medical supply as
estimation
well.
about the
Okay.
damage out of
Mhm.
that. So if you have a drone, you know that how to fly that. You just fly that, and then you can just get
For
a quick
example, if there
overview
is
of that. That what
there
happened,
is
how
an
much
earthquake,
that
there
the
are
damage
also
has been done. And
so
even you can
and
also
you
use
want
it
to make a
for
quick
the other mitigation
about the
purposes.
situation
So also the different aspect you can think about that, what the
by
use of
that
the drones in these areas as well.
get a quick overview of
Okay,
that what
health and as well as for the surveying and
damage
for the
has
mining purpose.
and
Even
if
drones are used in
for the other mitigation purposes. So
using that
aspect you
just to make a survey of the house, particularly from the
as well.
roofs, because roofs we can't check.
Health and as well
And
as for the
so they are making
mining
videos
purpose,
through drones.
even
So what is the
drones are
condition of the roof over there, how the house look like, to give
so
an idea about the location of the house.
just to
And
make
a
a
lot of
survey
the
of the
things can
house,
be
particularly
done
from the roof,
even
because
if you are
roofs we
making
can't
use in
check
the real estate
as
context.
well as for the
So
they are
so
making
if
mining purpose,
I
so
just synthesize all
over there how the house look like to give an idea
that the
about the
drones
location
have
houses
immense potential, that they can be
done
used
if
in
you are making
education
real
as
estate.
really a powerful and
So
tremendous technology, but
I
as
just
well
think
as we can also use in so many other applications. Some of the application I have just shared it with you. Some of
they
the
can
used
in
you know,
education
in that under discussions, just to give you some idea, just a food for
but as well as
think about that, how you can use that in your subjects, in your
some of
areas.
the application I've just
And
shared with you
the wonderful thing, because they comes in
in that
various
under
sizes
discussion
and
just to
types,
give you some
so
idea
it provides
just a
a
food
range of possibility to be used
think about
not
that
only in
how you can
education
that
context, but as well as for
some of the application I've
application
just
as.
shared. The
And this is a
thing
wonderful tool. This is
because
tried
they
and tested,
come
because
in
I have
that
done that
type
experimental study in Australian schools back in 2018 and 19, that where I have checked that technology that
application which has
on
the
students learning, and the results which I have got, that
tested because I have done that experimental study in
develop
Australian
the students understand, to develop
18 and
students critical
19
thinking,
where I have
develop
checked that
students analytical skills, and really helpful just
that
to
the
uh,
result have got
help them
that
who
because
they are.
that experimental study
So
in
that's all from
understand
my sides,
develop critical
conclusion
thinking where I
of
have checked
using this technology in different areas.
and
Thank you
really
very much for
just to result have got them who they are that experimental
Thank
study.
you,
So
Farha, for
that's
the
all
interesting
from that side
presentation. Maybe we will go to the next session,
of
is Q&A
using this
session.
technology
Maybe
in
is there any question?
thank you very much for just to have got them
Oh yeah.
yeah, that experimental
Thank
study.
you,
So
Farha, for
that's
the
all
interesting
Okay,
presentation.
thank you, Pak Danar.
Session is Q&A session.
Time for
Is
me.
question?
thank you very much
Uh,
to
okay, thank you, Dr. Pak Sattar, for your presentation. Uh,
Farha,
maybe I will
okay, thank
uh,
you, Pak Danar. Session.
maybe three questions. Time for
Is
me.
uh, okay, thank
uh, maybe
uh,
in presentation first I will say
maybe I will
interesting the drone for education
question
in
time for me.
our
Uh,
faculty,
uh,
program
maybe
educational community services.
You have program community community services. Okay, yeah.
We go to the senior high school and we bring the drone
Mm-hmm.
and same what say
You have program community
students
community
very
services.
happy with the traffic education to the so yes it's maybe
Mm-hmm.
we will say
You have program
continue we will continue this program so can share the library of maybe more we will student in senior school. Yeah, and the question first you said we have to apply line of sight.
Yes, with visual line of sight. Yes.
But in mapping application, we can use autonomous application.
Yes.
Drone can fly.
Yes.
Maybe the mission can
Yes,
bring
with visual line of
drone
sight.
up
Yes.
to for more kilometer for the drone station.
Mm-hmm.
So we can as
Yes.
a pilot we can
Yes.
see the drone. Maybe the mission can so the drone is not visible.
Mm-hmm.
So, what your opinion about this
Mm-hmm.
maybe the question?
Yes. Okay. So, first of all, we appreciate that what you have shared, that you are for the community services project. You are use of drones for that. People are happy with that, using that. Yes, because drone is really yes. Okay. So, in technology,
First of
even
all,
when I go to the
we
schools,
appreciate that
so
what you have shared.
it is sometimes really hard to control students' excitement because they're, oh, drones are there. Yes, we want to fly that. And they are
Yes,
so enthusiastic.
because drone is
So
really
I really have
so in
feel that sometimes hard to but yes, you are going to fly, but you have to
sometimes
fly that
really
in safe
hard
manner.
to control students'
Really
excitement because they're,
learn
oh, drones are there.
because
Yes,
you're not here only just to fly the drone. You also have to think about if drone is flying, so
feel that
underneath
sometimes
how it is determining its
are going
position
to
because
fly
GPS is there. If are flying, its mechanism, so physics is operating. The propellers of drones in the opposite direction, they are operating clockwise and anti-clockwise. So this, the mechanism is
how
working
it is
underneath, which is
determining its
making it
position because
lift
GPS
and
is
to
there. If
and to do
are
different
flying
maneuvers. So
mechanism,
this is
so
really, as an feel
the
that some
drones in the opposite direction, they are operating clockwise and anti-clockwise.
it my response just to help them to keep them on the
And to do different maneuvers. So
okay.
this is really,
Coming to
as
your question that
drones in the opposite direction, they are operating clockwise
you
and
are flying
anti-clockwise.
it,
So
it should
my response
sight means that you should be able to see your drones that where it is going, and you should see that
coming to
it
the
should
question
not
that
disappear from your visual sight.
they are operating clockwise
You
and
are flying
anti-clockwise.
it should
My response
study area is large, so we have to plan a mission
where it is going, and you
to
should
plan
see that
our drones in
not
such a way.
disappear from your
I have
visual.
just shared you the mechanism.
You are flying. My response
Design
area is
in
large, so we have to
it will be beyond of our visual
plan our drones in such a way. I have
is
just shared with the mechanism.
really go through that the aviation you should straight
Is large,
and
so
should
it will be beyond
what
of our visual line. Plan our drones in such a
programs will give you the possibility
ways,
because with the autonomous
go
uh,
through the aviation.
the fixed wing drones they are really helpful you know what in CDU,
and it will be beyond
what
our
communities and then come they
give you the possibility because with the autonomous flight, go through the aviation, the
out the
fixed wing,
medicine
they are
believe
really
that the drone route so in time after 15 or 20 minutes drone will again take off
they give you the possibility because with the autonomous flight,
programmed and
aviation,
50 kilometers
they are
see
really
that the drone yes we but there are mechanisms out there and if you are
drone will again
you should get your registration your drone should have a registration number in
program.
case if you lost your drone so it will have some connection with the aviation and they will be able to help you to find your drone where
And if you are
GPS is there and performing that autonomous flight
have a
you
registration number
have
in
with
case
the softwares they tell you how to do that how to plan your route path so
and
they
there is
are there depends upon that what kind of drone you are using
GPS
maybe
is
in
there
that case which
performing that autonomous flight have a
you
registration number
have
in case
hexacopter they have
they
six
how to do that how
they
to
are the
plan
bigger drones they have
they
more capacity to fly for more time and then
in
they also have the possibility to fly them beyond visual line of sight so yes they are the different drones but if they are
have
just only for the learning purpose of the
they have
students and if you
more
are just a hobbyist you are
fly
just using that for the recreational activities maybe you are on beach you are
them
just making
beyond visual line of sight. So yes, they
your
are the
home and then you are making photograph with drones so this is
learning
also
purpose of the students, and if you are just a
are doing that if there is some procession
that for the
test
recreational
so they are
activity,
just doing coverage through drones and even matches in football matches in cricket see
and
that
then
the
you are
coverages from drones they are different drones they are just flying area they are capturing images from different angles
there is some
so yes
procession
there are the possibility of using that
so they are
technology
just
and that
doing coverage
that
through
we can
and even
use that
matches, football
did I
matches
answer your question
Yes.
yes
and the coverages, from drones. They are different drones. They are just flying
very
area.
good question and also that will help others if
So
they are
yes,
thinking to buy their own drones and do their autonomous flights
that we can
Thank you.
use that.
Is there
Did
any
I answer
question?
your question?
Yes.
Yes, and the coverages, from drones. They
Maybe
are
I will.
yes yes
very good question. And
Yeah,
also,
I have two questions
if they are
for.
thinking to buy their
First,
own,
as you said that
their autonomous flight.
there are a few of type of drone, such as a multi-rotor or fixed wing, and relate to application drone for mapping in geographic study. What condition with what condition we can use multi-rotor or what condition we can use fixed wing?
And relate to
I think the conditions really doesn't matter much it actually depends upon what is your budget and what is your application for what you want usually the fixed wing are expensive one so the multi rotors they are really easily accessible and available like the model which I have shared with you,
really
Phantom
doesn't
4,
matter
that
much.
also have really
Depends
have
upon what
a
is your
lot of
budget,
good
what
features
is
into
your
that. Really
okay.
perfect if you are
Usually
just
the
taking
fixed
some
wing are
coverages just
expensive
for
ones.
you, even for the research
Multi-rotors,
purposes.
they are
Yes, you
really
can fly that. One
and
of our
available.
students
Like
in Pakistan, she had
which I have
Phantom
shared
3,
with you,
Phantom
Phantom
4.
4, that also have
He
really
took
have a lot of
the coverages
that
of
perfect if you are
for the
just
data
taking
collection for the images she collected the images by her she
that
geo-referenced those images she
like
made
Pakistan.
mosaic
He
out of that and then she just extract data and she did her that the research out of
had
that and now she is
image
working on a project in France
for the
with
data
some
collection.
other collaborators there
The images
so
by
yes
her,
Phantom 4
she
also have good features
geo-referenced
and
those
now
images. She
which
made
I have
mosaic
seen
out
that
of
with
that, and then
Mavic
she
Air, that is another model. And even
did her
if you go to the DJI web, there are a lot more models. By the way, I'm not their
some other
advertisement or person because I'm just using the product. So and I have used. So I don't want to give you any information I have not used. Like the parrot is also many researchers and educators, they are making use of the parrot drones as well, but I haven't used that. All the drones, all the models which I Spark, I have Air Mavic, I have Phantom 4, I have Tello Edu. So many a range of drones which I use for the different purposes, for different types of the parrot drones as well, but I haven't used that. Learn. So I use different type of drones, but yes, all of my product they are DJI based. So they are really user friendly and helpful for the big to make use of that.
And one question
Yes,
again, maybe.
learn.
Is
I
there
use
any
different type of
certification
drones,
in
but
Australia
yes, all
if
of my
we
products they are
if
DJI
we use
based,
a
so they
drone
are really
to commercial?
user friendly
Yeah.
and
Yes.
helpful
Maybe
for
the next what
use of.
aspect that assess if people want to get certified to fly drone in Australia? Maybe you can share to commercial.
Okay, okay, so the question related to that how we get certification of drone. So as I said that if you want to fly the drone for the commercial purposes, so you should get your certification. You should get your remote pilot okay, so the question certificate, and there are many organizations who are with a particular country's education authority. So they are authorized to deliver the certificate, to provide the training, but at the end, aviation authority will deliver you the certificate. Like I did my training with one of the commercial company who provide the training in the drone flying, but my exams and all those interviews they were conducted aviation authority and safety, authority in CASA, Australia. So my CASA here in Indonesia. So you should also go through the link which I have shared with you and find that who are the organizations or companies who are registered with your aviation authority who are providing services to provide those training to get your drone registration here.
Training.
Yes, this is a training. This is based on exam, not only exam because you will be remotely controlling your drone. And what if you are interfering the commercial, the air trafficking? Yes, this is a training. This is provide you the training how to do the radio operator. So how to connect, through radio to with the aviation. So you should learn all those technical knowledge, all those technical language with that. And so what does it mean that if there is a disaster condition, so how you do, send your message. So there are certain languages for that you should learn about. So this is also part of that. Then your communication skill, that when you are communicating with them and you are telling about your situation, you getting, that the instructions for them. So you should be really proficient in your communication skills as well. So you are sending message, but delivering message really in a clear cut way. No, that the misconceptions or not error in those message receiving and delivery. It is not really, straightforward thing, but it is not also that much hard. I done that. Anyone can done that one also.
Yeah, maybe I will compare it because in Indonesia, if you want to get certificate, about we must got a training just like in Australia, and we must do a maneuver with the drone such as apa, such as get counterclockwise drone or we must do a maneuver with the drone such as ya jadi ya we must do I think is not easy maneuver if we got identified. Yeah, I just compare in Indonesia and Australia.
Yeah. Yes, of course, because the exam and test, they are not based upon just to testing your knowledge. Because I did that exam, as well as there was the practical part as well, and then there are certain hours that you should do your training to flying that drone, and you have to really tick those fulfill those hours. I don't remember exactly how many hour training was required this time, but it was the requirement was there that I should be able to fly that, and then really should be skillful and proficient in maneuvering my drone. And also it was the one was which I really find a little bit hard. It was the drone was, and then you have to tilt at the 45-degree, and then you are flying that, because if you are capturing images, because again think about what kind of images you are capturing. They are just the where the camera is facing really downward at the 90-degree, or from the 45-degree from the oblique angle. So you should also make it sure that what kind of images and which will be your drone and your camera position. So because when we get that the ortho images, so it means that the angle in between camera and the land 90-degree, just straight. And but if it is from the side view, so that will give you the different angle, your drone and your camera position.
Thank you.
So because when we
Maybe
get
is
that
there
the
any
ortho images, so
question?
it means that the angle in between camera and the land 90-degree, just straight. And but if it is from the side view, so that will give you
Okay,
the
thank
different.
you. Maybe my question relate with Dr. Awas materi.
Angle in between camera
Oh,
and the land 90-degree.
in drone mapping, we usually use GPS for maybe increase the detection.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe make some marker GPS related. Drone mapping kalau we usually CGP drone control point. The first
Mm-hmm.
question. So what this process can call the decrease the uncertainty.
Uncertainty.
Yes, first question. And the second, but the accuracy of the drone scale or decrease GSD drone sampling distance resolution
Uncertainty.
is related with the height of drone flight. But the accuracy, but for example, if we collect data in catchment area, drone sampling distance area, yes,
Uncertainty.
that have many variation of the landscape. So the height of drone flight is so not same in direction. So the question, how we can calculate the resolution data of that or the height of drone flight. Orthopod,
Orthophotos. Orthophotos. Orthophotos are different. Yes, because
Photogrammetry,
it's
you are
photogrammetry.
not drone images.
Yes. Okay. So maybe I go first, just to. Um, you are just mixing, different things together.
Photogrammetry, you are
Because what I have just talked about, it was just lens, and your question in relation to the resolution, and which I touched talk that maybe it will depend upon the IFOV of camera, that how much it can cover on the ground. And so there are lenses, you can change that, so it is covering less area with more detail, so that will determine the resolution of your images, right? This is that what you are. Second thing, what you are asking about the ortho images. Yes, they are
covering less area,
different one, like the
determine the resolution of your images. Right? This
photo,
is
yes,
second
orthophoto we say them.
asking about
In order to generate that, then you have, because this is from the two different angles, because with the ortho photos, so
right? This is
okay, so I will, okay,
second
ortho photo we say
photos.
them. Yes, so if you want to do that, so there will be two drones you will see flying, and they will be from two perspective. So one, if this is the study area, so the one, the drone lens will taking photographs from this side,
So
from
if you want
this
to do
angle,
that, so
and
there will be two
and other
drones
one will
who
be
will
taking photograph from, so it will be from left and right of the same area. And when you will, after doing the rectification and processing, when you will overlay them, then you will get 3D view. So this is, the ortho photos, how, yes, we can also take those ortho photos through drones, but of course it will require,
and
the
when you
more.
will after doing the rectification and processing, when you will overlay them, then you
Yes. Just yes.
we can also take photos, but require when you will after doing the rectification and processing, when you will overlay
Yes. Just yes.
can also take
Just yes. Less area coverage. Less detail. Fundamental concepts are same, because you know that the IFOV we actually learned that when we were learning remote sensing at ITC at Netherlands back in 1997, and but still the same concept. Like I was talking, forgot your name.
fundamental concepts are same
Devi?
because
Yes, Devi. I was saying her, look, the drones are like, our private satellite now.
thing at ITC at
So we can
Netherlands
just fly at any time. We can just collect data. We can do our analysis.
concept. Like I was talking, forgot your name. Fundamental concepts are same
Devi?
because
Yes, Devi. I was saying her, look, the drones are like, I don't own. My university own. I am in charge of that, just to taking care of that. I don't. University owns it. For storage for that. He's just kidding. He's not there. He's in Singapore. Taking care of that. I don't. University owns it.
Thank you. Is there any question, maybe? Yeah, I think it's yeah. Thank you, Dr. Farha, for the interesting material, and also I want to tell you thank you too for all participants today. And for your information, maybe we will have a general lecture at 8 p.m. at the Eduto UMS. 8 for all participants today. Morning.
8.
Yeah, EM. And for your
Okay.
information,
8 8 8.
have a general lecture at the at EM.
Okay.
Yeah.
He will deliver. I will be afterwards.
General lecture. Okay. Thank you very much for coming today. See you later. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Please big applause. Pas. Okay. Thank you very much for coming today. See you later. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Please big applause. Pas. Okay. Thank you very much for coming today. See you later. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.